the joys of doing this piece as a director is that you can really play with effects. You can play with tricks, being able to try and achieve the supernatural quality of the ghosts. I mean, how do you make singers feel like ghosts, appear like ghosts on stage?
Peter Quint is one of the servants of the house. He appears at certain points in the opera, at very poignant moments, to the governess. So he's definitely a really interesting character. He's very dark, sort of foreboding presence throughout the piece.
For me, it's really important to keep the sense of whether the ghosts are real or not. All the way through the opera. We used the novel by Henry James as the basis and also the inspiration for how to keep the ambiguity, because it's such a clever construction where one minute you believe they're absolutely real and then the next minute you're not so sure because of the way the governess recounts it. So for us, the challenge was to try and find a way to make it seem as if the whole story was being seen through the eyes of the governess, and as such create that sense of, is she seeing real ghosts or is she crazy?
I wait. On the paths and the woods, on the banks by the woods, in the lawns, lush grass over me.
We've discovered various things about him throughout the opera. And he's definitely somebody who has in the past had a very dark influence over what's gone on in the house. But Britten also wrote him with some really absolutely beautiful sort of melismatic music that's supposed to sort of be put the boy in a trance, I suppose.
One of the ways we achieve the sense of looking at things through her eyes is by the way we've used the set. It doesn't feel quite right. Everything is either too big or too small, or it's crooked, or it's skewed. We have a single set which incorporates inside and outside and shifts very subtly. You know, lighting is very, very important in this show.
It is a challenging role. I mean, quite apart from the fact that it's vocally very challenging, Britten often writes for tenors in a very high range. The other element, I suppose, that is personally a challenge for me is that it's a very dark character and there's a lot that needs to be portrayed that's gone on before. I think it's the first time I've ever played a kind of villain. So that's definitely an interesting new challenge.
So we're using things like gauzes. We're using gauzes to create a sort of misty effects. And also make people appear and vanish. These are quite old tricks. You know, they've been around for hundreds of years, but they never cease to thrill and amaze audiences.
It's an incredible piece. I mean, on so many different levels. I personally think it's one of Britain's greatest operas.